Welcome, everyone. We're doing a deep dive today into, well, a really fascinating stack of sources you've shared. We've got research notes, some history, song lyrics, too.
Yeah, and it all explores the really unique cultures of four different regions in Japan. We're looking at Aomori, Kumamoto, Mie, and Tokushima.
Exactly. And our mission really is to unpack all this, go beyond just the facts. We want to pull out the most compelling stuff.
Right. Try to grasp the essence of what makes each place tick,
Right.
how their ancient roots feed into today, and how that whole spirit gets captured in their music and culture.
Totally. It's not just about geography. It's like a journey into the soul of these places. So we'll start up north, Aomori, land of snow,
Then head down to fiery Kumamoto, feel that energy,
then on to Mie, the spiritual heartland.
and wrap up in Tokushima, where it's all about that incredible dance. So let's see what these sources really tell us.
Okay, let's kick off way up north then, Aomori. The sources call it the land of snow, but also this fierce Tsugaru spirit. What's the overall feeling we get?
Well, the immediate thing is how the culture feels, forged by the place itself. Deep folk traditions, right? Shaped by these really harsh, long winters.
Mm-hmm.
There's this connection to nature, definitely, but also to the hardship involved. And woven into that is this strong spiritual side, Shinto, mountain worship, that kind of thing.
And that Tsugaru identity, it really jumps out. Fiercely independent is
Right.
how it's described. You even see it in the dialect. The sources gave some great examples.
Oh, yeah, those phrases are great.
Like wakashi for so hot, or shakoi for cold. And hidabi, it's
Yeah.
fine, right? Short, practical, gives you a real feel.
They really do. And the history backs it up. I mean, the Sanai Maruyama site, that takes us back 6,000 years to the Jumon people. Incredible depth.
Wow.
Plus, you've got that historical split Edo period between the Shuguru and Nambu clans. Apparently, that left a real mark on how people see themselves even today.
And the festivals sound like, well, powerful expressions of all this. Nobuta Matsuri in Aomori City, these huge lit-up warrior floats, the taiko drumming. It sounds like this massive release of energy.
Yeah, like an explosion after the quiet winter. But then you contrast that with Nobuta Matsuri in Hirosaki. Quieter, the sources say, more elegant, with fan-shaped flutes.
Shows different sides of that northern character.
Yeah.
And there are softer things too, right? Apple blossom viewing, snow lantern festivals, marking the seasons.
Absolutely. And maybe the best way to feel that resilience, that raw energy, is through the music. The Chuguru Jamasen. It's highlighted as the sound of northern Japan.
Right. Powerful, but also fast.
Incredibly fast-paced, almost percussive. The story is that it was born from hardship, played by musicians just trying to survive. That speed, that force. It feels like a musical version of getting through a long winter and bursting out.
That makes so much sense. The sound is the place. And then you have songs like Tsugaru Fuyu Gishiki.
The Enka classic. Winter scenery, the Tsugaru Strait. Melancholy, yeah, but it captures those cold seascapes perfectly. Another side of the north.
And modern artists are playing with this too, blending it.
Yeah, newer folk, ambient stuff.
Yeah.
Taking that powerful core and doing new things with it. The image we saw the woman playing shamisen in the snow, that really captures that strength, that sort of solitary feeling.
And the food too must come from the environment.
Totally. Aomori is #1 for apples. Fuji, Orin, Jonagold, you can almost taste the crisp air reading about them. Then hearty stuff like ichigoni, that sea urchin and abalone soup, warming. Or senbeijiru, where they cook rice crackers in the soup. They get soft, comforting. And omatuna, of course, arguably the best bluefin, comes from those cold, rich waters.
Comfort and quality, born right out of the climate. And the crafts, clothing, similar story.
Absolutely. You've got the bright Hanedo costumes for Nobuta, pure energy. But historically, winter clothes had to be super practical. Layers, maybe even straw capes. And crafts like Tsugaru Kogenzashi embroidery, that geometric stitching, it's described as something that developed when people were snowed in for long periods. Beauty from necessity and time.
Nature isn't just scenery there, it's central. The forests, beech, cedar, pine, Shirokami Sanchi, that UNESCO site, the virgin beech forest.
Untouched, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Oiris Gorge, the colors changing with the seasons. Wildlife too, monkeys, bears, swans. It's all part of life.
And people from Aomori often seem to embody that spirit.
Yeah, think of the Yoshida brothers taking Sugar Jamison global. Or Shikamu Nakata, the woodblock artist. His work has that strong northern feel. And the region itself often shows up in films or anime, representing isolation but also resilience.
The landmarks, too, they reinforce that feeling. Osarazan, that mystical mountain, feels remote, sacred. And Cape Oma, right at the tip of Honshu, the edge.
So bringing it back to the Aomori song lyrics, the description fits perfectly now. Neofolk, Gagaku meets Suguru rock ballad, melancholy and perseverance.
It clicks.
Yeah, and the lyrics directly mention things like the Shirakami forest, maybe hints of Jomon language, apple blossoms, the cold night, Nabuta flames, the Chuguru Strait, Osurezan, Kepoma, and the sound of the shamisen.
And that motto.
Gambappe Aomori, let's do our best. It's not just a slogan, is it? It feels like the pulse of the region. Simple, powerful perseverance against the odds. That link between the tough environment, the history, and how it comes out in the music, that's the key insight, I think.
It really pulls it together. You feel the hardship, but also the strength and beauty that comes out of it. Okay, let's head south now. Kumamoto, instantly called the land of fire. Feels like a different kind of energy altogether.
Absolutely. If Aomori is shaped by snow, Kumamoto is, well, shaped by fire. Volcanic energy, specifically from Mount Aso, gives it this vitality, but there's also a really strong samurai legacy, deep rural pride. It's a powerful mix. Natural force, history, and this fierce resilience.
And that resilience, it's tested by nature, sure, but you see it in the history, too. Kumamoto Castle.
Yeah.
It's more than just a castle, right?
Yeah.
Built by Kata Kiyomasa.
Yeah.
Symbol of feudal strength.
Definitely. It held out during the Satsuma Rebellion siege. And the sources really emphasize the 2016 earthquake, the damage, but also the incredible recovery effort that's still going on. It's a place that knows how to rebuild.
And amidst all that history and resilience, you have Kumamon.
Ah, Kumamon. Yeah, the sources call him Japan's most beloved regional mascot, which sounds about right. He represents fun, friendliness, but also that underlying resilience we keep talking about. He's huge, a national thing now, putting this friendly face on the region's strength.
He adds a bit of lightness to the seriousness, and the traditions seem to reflect that mix, too. The Yamaga Lantern Festival sounds amazing.
Yep.
Women in yukata dancing with paper lanterns on their heads.
Breathtaking image, isn't it? Grace and light. Then the Hinokuni Festival, celebrating the land of fire, and those horse traditions, Fujisaki Hachimagu Festival, armored riders, straight out of the Samurai Pass.
Right, and the music taps into this.
Yeah, powerful taiko drumming, Minyu folk songs telling local stories. There's a specific tune, Kumamoto Bushi, and the Yamaga festival music, described as haunting, graceful, plus Kumamon's own theme songs, viral hits, adding that modern fun layer.
The image you mentioned earlier, the woman, lantern, cherry blossoms, volcano, bear figure, it really pulls it all together visually, doesn't it?
It really does. The fire, the beauty, the mascot, the history, it's all there.
The food sounds pretty robust, too. Basashi, raw horse meat.
Yep, a local delicacy. And Kumamoto ramen, known for that rich pork broth, roasted garlic oil, thick noodles.
Sounds intense.
Then there's taipien, a glass noodle soup, more of a comfort food thing. And they're known for produce like lotus root, great beef, Kumamoto beef, and apparently huge watermelons.
Hearty, flavorful,
Yeah.
tied to the place. And the language. Kumamoto Ben.
Described as warm, rhythmic, very Kyushu. Phrases like tesetsubai, it's important. Yuka toka, that's good. And nenba shioto, what are you doing? You kind of hear the friendliness.
And the mottos capture it perfectly. Hinokuni, land of fire.
Kumamon ga iruken, because we've got Kumamon. Blends the history and the modern icon perfectly.
The landmarks range from the castle, Mount Aso's caldera, to the Amakusa Islands, with that hidden Christian history.
Yeah, a really unique layer there. So much drama, natural and historical packed in.
So, connecting back to the Kumamoto song, folk rock gagaku fusion, festival taiko, shamisen, volcanic energy, historical memory, resilience, joy. That description makes sense now.
It really resonates. The lyrics mention the castle stones, the Satsuma Rebellion flames, but also festival drums and lantern lights. Mount Oz is there, Taipien gets a mention.
And the phrases.
Yep, Hinokuni, Paisetsubai, Yokatoka, Namba Shioto, even Kumamon joining the dance. The key insight seems to be how Kumamoto takes all this intensity, the fire, the quakes, the history, and channels it into something vibrant, resilient, even joyful, symbolized by the castle standing strong and, well, a dancing bear.
It's that contrast again, isn't it? Strength and warmth, maybe even fun coming out of challenge. Okay, let's shift again. Mi, described as the spiritual heart of Japan. How does this region feel different based on what we've seen?
Mi feels grounded, deeply spiritual, rooted in pilgrimage. Other places have spirituality, sure, but here it feels absolutely central, tied to the land, the rural life, some samurai history too, and the beauty of the Tsushima Peninsula. There's a sense of quiet elegance, maybe, reverence.
And the core of that has to be Ise Grand Shrine. 2,000 years old, most sacred Shinto site.
That's right. And that tradition, Shikinen Sengu, rebuilding the shrines completely every 20 years, new wood, everything. It's not just upkeep, it's profound spiritual act of renewal, passing down skills, shows incredible respect for tradition, for cycles.
It's a huge commitment. And Me also has these two, well, seemingly very different but deeply rooted groups. The Ama.
Female freedivers, yeah. Centuries-old tradition, gathering shellfish, earls just using their lungs and skill. Amazing resilience.
And the new Demons.
Iga ninjas. Mi is considered the legendary birthplace of ninjutsu, espionage, stealth. It's this whole other layer.
Wow. Gods and shadows, deep divers, and silent warriors.
Hmm.
What a mix. Historically, it was made up of different provinces, right? And the Tsurkaido Road ran through it.
Yeah, connecting it. And these elements sort of merge in the traditions. The ice pilgrimage is central, sea festivals in Toba for blessing the catch, and then the Igaweno Ninja Festival, which sounds more fun, interactive, embracing that global ninja thing.
And the music reflects this, the spiritual and the hidden.
Seems like it. At Ice Shrine, you get ancient Gagaku court music, very serene, formal, then folk songs about farming, fishing, and the ninja festival music. Flutes, taiko, but with a mysterious, stealthy kind of vibe described in the notes.
So the song for Me, described as ambient folk fusion, Gagaku, and shinobi groove. Spiritual, meditative, mysterious. That fits perfectly.
It really does capture that duality.
Yeah.
And the image, the figure in white robes, pine branch, luminous pearl near sacred rocks, evokes the spiritual side, the coastal Ama tradition, and that quiet reverence all at once.
The food, too, seems connected. Matsusaka beef, top-tier Wagyu.
Right up there.
Aizion, thick noodles, dark broth. Sounds simple but satisfying. Tekoni sushi, the fisherman's dish.
Speaks to the coast. And spiny lobster, izaibi, a local prize. And akafuku mochi, that famous sweet red bean paste over mochi, specifically for pilgrims visiting Ais.
Every dish tells a story, and the clothing shows these facets too. Ceremonial robes at Aizi, the Ama diverse white gear.
White for purity, resilience against the sea, then festival wear, ninja costumes, all part of the picture.
And nature provides the sacred spaces, the resources, the special trees for the shrines, the marine life for the Ama.
Exactly. And those unique groups, the ninjas and Ama divers, they've given me this global recognition in pop culture. Ninjas everywhere in anime, games, Ama divers, and documentaries.
Plus things like Akafukumochi, Aize Shrine itself, often in travel shows. And the language has Kansai influences.
In some parts, yeah. Nandianen, Sushana, Ion adds that familiar, friendly layer. And the mottos are great. Heart of Japan's spirit, Mia no Megumi, the blessings of me.
And my favorite, Iga de Ninja, Isa de Kami.
Ninjas and Iga, gods and Isa. Sums it up perfectly.
So the song lyrics bring this all together.
They really seem to. Mentioning the cedar scent from the shrines, ices, shinobi shadows, Iga paths, the Toba Sea, Ama divers, the sacred Myoto Iwa rocks, even weaving in phrases like Suna, Iyan, maybe that questioning tone of Nandian and the core insight. Mia holds this amazing balance between the sacred and the hidden, the public pilgrimage and the private skill, ancient gods and legendary shadows. It feels deep, quiet, powerful, full of contrasts.
Yeah, feels like there's just so much more going on beneath the surface there.
Yeah.
All right, final stop. Tokushima. This region seems dominated by one incredible thing, the Awa Odori dance.
Yes, absolutely. Awa Odori is central to Tokushima's identity. It's described as just, lively, rhythmic, incredibly joyful. The festival in August sounds massive, over 1 million people dancing in the streets.
Wow.
To the sound of shamisen, taiko drums, flutes, and those chants yatosa. It's not just watching, it's everyone participating. Mass celebration.
You can almost feel the energy just reading about it. But there are deeper layers too. Farmers, craftspeople, part of the Shikoku pilgrimage route.
Right. Pilgrims pass through in their white robes, adding this quiet spiritual thread beneath all the energy. And the region has this deep history with indigo dyeing. Izome used to be Japan's biggest producer, so there's a legacy of craft, connection to the land. It was known as Awa province historically.
So is this mix, ecstatic dance, quiet pilgrimage, deep craft tradition? What's the music like?
Mostly it's that infectious Awadadori music itself. The rhythms, the Kalyo Sessa or Ayasha, it's designed purely to make you want to dance.
I bet.
But interestingly, the sources say modern artists are remixing it. Jazz, rock, EDM versions, showing how the tradition stays alive, evolves, but keeps that core energy.
That image for Tokushima captures it perfectly, doesn't it? The joyful dancer, the costume, instruments, lanterns, maybe the Naruto waves, the Yatosa shout.
Pure energy.
Vibrates right off the page. And the food sounds equally vibrant. Tokushima ramen, unique broth, raw egg on top, sweet pork belly. Raw egg.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Sudachi citrus is iconic there, bright and sour. Awa beef, another premium local Wagyu. Grilled ayu fish, doboroku steak. Lots of local flavor.
And the clothing. Instantly recognizable. Those Awa Odori costumes, the hats.
The Amigasa hats,
Yeah.
so distinctive. And indigo clothing isn't just historical. It's still a symbol of the region's craft identity.
Nature sounds dramatic, too. Mount Sarugi, the Aya Valley, vine bridges.
Remote, stunning scenery, vine bridges, gorges, the Yoshino River,
Yeah.
and the Naruto Strait, famous for those huge whirlpools.
Wow. And the people embodying the region.
Right.
Indigo craftsmen, the dancers themselves.
They practice all year, apparently. It's serious dedication. Voice actor Katsuyuki Konishi is from there. And whenever Awa Odori shows up in movies or anime, it always brings that feeling of pure, uninhibited joy.
The local dialect, Tokushima-ben. Friendly, informal. Linked to Kansai dialect, yeah. You hear those Awa Odori shouts used conversationally sometimes, like Yato sa plus nandian and sekana. That's great. And the slogans nail it. Toki wa awa. Time is awa. Yum to odoru Tokushima I. Come dance with your dreams to Tokushima. And indigo soul, awa spirit.
Fantastic. So the song for Tokushima, Japanese festival folk, high energy, funk rhythms, indigo-toned folk pop, sounds like it captures everything.
It really seems to. Lyrics mention Awa Town, the Yarosa, drums, indigo soul, Mount Bizan, Naruto whirlpools, pilgrimage robes, Doboroku sake, Arayasha, chants.
And that key phrase.
Haku where I'm from, we dance to live. Powerful. Talks about Sudachi scent, yada yada. The big insight here feels like how Tokushima distills everything, its history, craft, spirit, into this single, overwhelming expression of communal, life-affirming joy through dance. It's not a tradition, it's their way of being.
What an incredible range we've covered, from Omori's quiet resilience to Tokushima's absolute explosion of joy.
Yeah, just moving through these 4 regions and the sources. You get such distinct feelings. Awomori's introspection, snowbound strength, that powerful Suguru Jamison sound.
Then Kumamoto, mixing the samurai past, the volcanic present, and even Kumamon, creating this story of vibrant resilience.
Then me, the quiet spiritual heart, balancing the ancient gods of Iyas with the hidden arts of Ama and ninjas, that layered tradition, subtle power.
And landing in Tokushima, where centuries of craft and pilgrimage just pour into the infectious, unstoppable joy of Awa Odori.
But what's fascinating, despite the huge differences, is what they share, isn't it? Deep ties to history, to nature, fierce regional pride, unique ways of speaking, eating, and these traditional arts that aren't museum pieces, they're alive, evolving.
The aha moments really come when you connect those dots. Like understanding why Suguru Jamison has that specific sound. It's a voice of survival.
Right, we're seeing how Kumamoto takes its challenges, fire, quakes, history, and turns them into energy, even fun.
Appreciating that intricate balance in me, the sacred and the hidden living side by side.
And realizing Awa Odori isn't just a dance in Tokushima, it's almost a philosophy, a way to live. These aren't just spots on a map, they're living cultural ecosystems.
And understanding them gives you, the listener, a much richer view of Japan, right? Seeing the incredible diversity in how communities find strength, beauty, meaning, all rooted in their own place, their own story.
It's like a shortcut to the deeper narrative behind the postcard image.
So we've taken this deep dive, traveled through snowy Aomori, felt Kumamoto's fire, explored Mii's spiritual depths, and danced in Tokushima's streets, metaphorically speaking.
And the essence of each place captured in these sources, especially those song lyrics, it really does feel like a perfect snapshot of their spirit. You can almost feel the cold, the fire, the stillness, or the dance.
Thinking about these really distinct regional identities, each one shaped so profoundly by its own mix of geography, history, food, dialect, music, traditions, from ancient shrines and hidden arts to huge festivals and, yes, beloved mascots, it definitely makes you wonder, doesn't it? How does the specific place you call home, how does it shape who you are?